Sure. Please go ahead. Those who want to leave, please leave. I think we are recording. I just started the recording. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ashwini, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Guruji, for today's class. Again, I'm. It was like how my daughter looks forward for her TV time. I think I was looking forward for this class for the entire week. So I think that's what you did last week to us. And also, I think listening to your talk again gives us another perspective to the entire thing. I think it helps to listen to what you said again. So I really enjoyed doing the homework. And the songs, I was just listening to them throughout the week. I think they're just so catchy and so very nice. So today's question, I don't know, I might be a little naive in asking this, and please pardon me if it sounds that way. But you just mentioned that there was a king called Ravana, there was a place like Sri Lanka. So should we assume that all the characters that come in our textbooks, in the religious books, they were all real? Because I think this is something I always think, were they real? Did they actually live in this earth? I don't know if I'm too early in asking this question. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, see, Ramayana is a poetry. It's a poetry. It's not Valmiki was not a historian. He was a poet. He knew about Rama's life, or he could see it. He was gifted with the ability to see Sri Rama's life through his Dirgha Drishti. And so Narada told him, you are gifted. Do you know you are gifted with poetry? Because what happened, once it seems Valmiki was getting up in the morning, going towards the river or the lake, and then he saw suddenly he was jarred. He saw a hunter, he saw one bird just fall down from the tree. Two birds they were really chirping and being together and talking to each other, and then suddenly one bird just cried and fell down. Then he looked back like this, and there is a hunter there. And Valmiki was shocked. Valmiki is a Muni, Maharshi, and he was shocked. And so he looked at this Virata, this hunter, and said, Manishada Pratishtam Tvamagamas Shashwati Samaha Yat Krauncha Mithunadekam Avadih Kamamohitam. Just like that, it came out of his mouth. And he's not a Sanskrit, he doesn't know any Sanskrit, but Sanskrit came out. He doesn't know any poetry, but like a poem it came out. And Narada was watching all this. And Narada came knocking on his door and said, you know what, Valmiki, you know what? Do you know that you are gifted? You should write something. What you write, people will remember for ages, and it will benefit people for ages. He said, no, I'm not going to write anything. I'm not going to do all that. If at all I do, I will write about something significant. That if I have to write about a person, that person might have these qualities. And he gives a big list of qualities. I'm forgetting those shlokas now, but I used to remember those days. Kon vasmin sampratam loke gunavan kasya viryavan dharmagyascha kritagnyascha satyavakyo dridhavrataha. Kon vasmin sampratam loke. Hey, you tell me somebody with all these qualities. And don't tell me somebody lived 2000 years ago. Sampratam loke. Right now, if is somebody dharmic person there or not, you tell me. And Satyavakya, he must be, his words, if coming out of his mouth, it must be Satyavakya. He must be able to follow. He only tells what he can follow. Otherwise, he will not utter any word. Dridhavrataha. Then he follows through all the way. It doesn't matter even if his life is at stake, he will follow. That kind of person I want. And this list, Valmiki writes shloka after shloka. Some big list of 20-25. If such a person is there, you tell me, then I will write. Then Narada is smiling. Yes, my dear Valmiki, there is such a person. His name is Sri Rama. Ramachandra Murthy, son of Dasharatha. Dasharatha is no more, but he is there. Sampratam Loke. And then he writes a poem. Now, I have not forgotten the question. The question is about all these characters. So now he is going to write all these things. Hanuman is going to come, Sugriva is going to come, Jambavan is going to come, Sita. So all the characters, majority of the characters are there, were lived. Sarayu Nadi is there. Ayodhya is there. Okay? Dandakaranya is there. Today also Andhra, Karnataka border, Dandakaranya is there. We forgot all those things, but it was a big, huge forest. If you enter the forest, you can't come out. That is why Rama's punishment Kaikeyi gave is Vanavasam. Vanavasam means don't think camping and all that. It's not some kind of camping for a few days and all. Vanavasam means capital punishment. It is like electric chair punishment. That is called Vanavasam. Those days, Vanam means you enter, you can't come out. Infested with animals and this and that. You can't survive. So anyway, so he did all these things. And so all people are there. And so, because so much help Rama got from... Rama was just a magnet of attracting people, dharmic people. And so, even animals started helping him. They built a bridge for him. So he just showed all these things. And he humanized animals. If an animal can do that and help you, you look at all National Geographic and Animal Planet. These animals have a lot of feelings. They have brains. They do things. They relate to people, and they talk to people. You look at you go to this aquariums and all. The people who train those animals there. Okay, sharks or whatever you call it, and dolphins and all. They have a bond between each other. They are family, one family. You can't separate the trainer from the trained. Okay. And so Valmiki decided this is what it is. Jambavan and this and that. The whole Vanaraha. He created a Vanara out of animals or humans. We don't know. You know what the meaning of word Vanara is? Narova iti Vanaraha. Naraha means human being. You look at that person and say, is he a human being? Narova, therefore Vanaraha. Sanskrit. That is the meaning of the word Vanara. And so Vanara he created. Vanara army and all, we know the story. Like this the story goes. And in the case of Ravana, guy called Ravana was there in Sri Lanka. But he did not have 10 heads and all that. So we have to first paint the picture. Like I told you, all these movies, we pay a lot of money to pay movies. I mean, we pay a lot of money to see all these movies. And then, like that, you inspire the children and say, the greatest movie ever made is Ramayana. The oldest movie ever made is Ramayana. That's why Valmiki is called Mahakavi and Adi Kavi. Adi means oldest, first Kavi. Mahakavi. Because what came out is an Itihasa. It is Mahakavyam. It is not a poem with 5 lines or 10 lines or 50 lines or 100 lines or 1000 lines. It has some 24,000 lines. And you look at every 1000 lines and you take that verse, and then if you look at the first letter of those verses, and guess what? You get 24 syllables Gayatri mantra. Tatsa viturvare enyam bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yonah prachodayat. Therefore, those 24 shlokas are called Gayatri Ramayanam. Like this we can go on and on. So, Ashwini ji, it means what? This is meant for us. As children, we take the values that come out of these things. Children are not bogged down by all this. They love to see 10 heads. In fact, they will listen to Ramayana again if you come and tell them. Another animated movie on Ramayana comes, they will see. Why they should see? Why should they see? Because they know it. They connect with all characters there. They have no problems at all. So now, if we face some challenges, then we have to be creatively, we have to explain to them. Maybe if they are grown up, we have to explain to them even more. They can understand philosophical things also. Teenagers can understand that. Children won't be able to understand that. So, children just play with Ganesha, Ganapati. Just play and then tell them the stories and how he went around Shiva and Parvati and all that. All that you say, and they say, really? Yeah, that's how it is. If they're asking for more, give them more. So parents have to know a lot more than what the parents are planning to communicate to children. Okay, that is why you and I are here today. Thank you. Yeah, Deepti ji, go ahead.
Namaste, Guruji. It's been a pleasure attending your classes. This is related to the last week's assignment and the discussion. Brahman Okkate, there is only God. How do we understand in everything, good, bad, ugly, everything, like Brahman is the one which is the undercurrent behind all these things?
Good question. Before I forget, somebody I know who is attending the class called me and said, this homework, Jaykumar ji, was so simple. Somebody said, so simple. I just finished it off in 5 minutes or what. We need a more challenging homework. So my team is watching this. So in case, so they are preparing homeworks and all that. So welcome to give a more challenging homework. One of my team members called me and said, oh my, this will take some time for them to answer, and what happens if they don't answer and all. They were saying, it's okay, if they don't answer, they don't answer. They can answer, keep everything optional. You can answer anything you want. And we will not grade it also. They can grade it themselves. How about that? That's the best deal, no? Anyway, so this whole thing about Brahman, how am I to know this? Dharma, adharma. Let's talk about that. How do you explain dharma, adharma? Well, see, it is not difficult, ma. I'm telling you. See, you want to buy a two-wheeler. Why? Because now I am earning, and so I am ready to buy I have enough cash to buy two-wheeler. So the person bought a two-wheeler, a scooter or a motorcycle. And the joy, suddenly mobility, freedom and all comes. Freedom comes. Then what happens? One day he goes to office, he starts the vehicle, it doesn't start. And this vehicle that gave him joy all these days, suddenly what happened? What is this vehicle giving him? Sadness. Can't go to work. He kicks. Those days kicking. That's why I gave this kicking example. Okay, starts like this. Press. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening means there is a problem. There's a problem. This fellow has to go to the mechanic, or he has to take the bus and go to office, or hire a taxi and go to office. And he'll be fretting and fuming. Why are you fretting and fuming? Oh, this thing didn't start. If you have a device that starts, then there will be a time when the device will not start. Did you forget this simple rule? Oh, my mother did not teach me all these things. My teacher did not teach me all these things. Teacher taught you a lot of science. Why is the science required? To make sure this guy keeps running as far as it can run. But they never said it will never stop. You just assumed. You got carried away by what is there in your hands. Therefore, starting, stopping. Happiness is there, sadness will be there. It is just natural. It is the law of the land. Otherwise, the word happiness is not required. Why do you need the word happiness? Please tell me. Because there is sadness already there. Therefore, the word happiness has to be there. And which is understood along with the word sadness. Dark means light. Bright, dark. Two words are there, two opposites. They go together. There is no brightness without darkness. Please make a note of this. In fact, you cannot understand the meaning of the word brightness unless you know the meaning of the word darkness. Very strange it is. You think all words are independent. No, the words in English dictionary are not independent. Understanding one requires me to understand this, and understanding this requires me to understand that. So both are dependent on each other. Brightness and darkness is a team. They are a team. They are one team. You cannot understand one without the other. two sides of the coin, they say. You cannot make a coin without two sides. Same way, you analyze anything you want. You want medicine, antibiotic? Yeah, antibiotic cures me from my viral fever or whatever, bacterial infection. And guess what? It has a side effect. Diarrhea. Why it's diarrhea? That is how it is. It solves one, it creates another problem. So they give you all this probiotic and this and that. They say take yogurt and this. Okay, so that is what it is. We are managing. Constantly we are managing. The guy makes a lot of money. Now what? He has to pay a lot of tax also. And now he's worried. My God, this much tax I have to pay? Bill Gates. How much tax he has to pay? He must be paying a lot of tax, and he must be paying a lot of money to all these CPAs and CAs to reduce the tax burden also. That's it. That is how it is. He can't sit and cry. That is dharma also is there. What is dharma? Hey, you tell me what is adharma, I will tell you what is dharma. That is how it is. There is no dharma without adharma. There is no adharma without dharma. Two sides of the same coin. This is the law. Our rishis have figured it out. Figured it out means it's not difficult to figure out. But they figured out that no dharma can be there without adharma. They go hand in hand. And both are Brahman only. Brahman is gupchup. Gupchup. Brahman is not partial. It says everything. I support everything. Hey, look. We want our children to come top of the class, right? Hey, if some children have to come top of the class, some other children have to come at the bottom of the class. If everybody comes top, how can your child come top? Your child will be in the bottom, correct? So there we are partial. We want our child to do that, and we don't worry about all these other people, mediocre people and all that. So we can't be partial. We can't be, what do you call this? We can't afford to have blind spots. Blind spots. Same way. Life is there means death will be there. That's why we need life insurance. Life insurance so family doesn't suffer when the earning member goes away, family doesn't suffer. Life insurance. Why you should have life insurance? It's how can you do this? What do you mean how can you do that? You are thinking about death before you live itself. No, I'm not. I'm planning for the future. That's all it is. Yama. We worship Yama. How many of you know we worship Yama? Yama is the Lord of Death. Some of you don't know. In our daily, we do something called Sandhya Vandanam. 3 times a day we are supposed to do this Japam. It's called Sandhya Vandanam. You know what is there? Many prathanas are there. And one prathana is like this. We turn eastward. Okay? And then say a mantra. Okay, Mitrasya Charshani, Dhritasya Devasya Sanasim, Satyam Chitrasya Vastamam. Sun is there. So there is a mantra for sun. Mitra means sun. Then what happens? Then we turn around. From east, we turn around to west. And then another mantra is there. Then we turn around. You know what direction we face? South. We face south. And then we chant a mantra for Yama. We look at south because south is the direction. Nobody wants to go south, correct? How is your business? Business is going north or south? North. We want our business to go north only. Our Indian economy, we want it to go north. Thank God, all over the world, business is going like this. Only India, it's going up like this, north. So north is the direction of, in my house, this is north, this is south. That's how it has become. This room is like that. I started the teaching with a prayer only because we are not supposed to face south direction. But I am doing that. But all prayer, everything given. So that south, that we face the south direction and we say Yamaya Dharma Rajaya Mrityave Chantakaya Cha. Hey Yama, Dharma Raja, you are the Dharma Raja. Means what? Hey, you are the guy that makes the dharma tick every second. all over the, not just in my house, outside my house, on earth, outside earth, on all planets, on all solar systems, on all galaxies. Yama means law. It is a irrefutable law. Yamaya dharma rajaya mrityave. You are also the lord of death, mrityu. Antakaya, you are the one who brings an end to things. And somebody, Brahmaji, will take over after that. Like a relay race, you are all playing a relay race. He is part of the order. Vaivasvataya Kalaya Neelaya Parameshtine Vrikodharaya Chitraya Chitraguptaya Vai Namaha Chitraguptaya Vai Namaha Om Nama Iti. We chant it 3 times a day by looking at the south direction. We worship Yama. Better know it now. We don't tell children to worship Yama. We'll tell children stories of Nachiketa who went to Yama Loka. You tell the story to the children. This boy argued with Yama and then Yama freed him from death. Tell the child the story of Markandeya who won over death. Shiva protected. All that you can say. Introduce the child to Yama. But Yama is not a bad guy. That also quietly we should tell. Yama is a bad guy. Shiva is a good guy. All this good, bad and all you should remove. The good, bad doesn't exist. What exists are facts. I just label something as good, label something as bad because based on my ichar, I like this, therefore this is good. I don't like you, therefore you are bad. Not like that. We don't teach our children all these things. This is how things are. So therefore, we worship Yama also. Therefore, that person connects with death on a daily basis. The Vaidika connects with death. Vaidika should not be afraid of death. Should not be. A real Vaidika will not be. Death is part of life. Doesn't mean they want to die, but death is part of life. Okay? So that answers your question, I hope, about this dharma and adharma. Very popular question, important question, by the way. Not naive and all that. We are all naive. Please understand that. Because we don't know. This dharma is like that. This is not simply believing in God and then pray something and go off to heaven. It's not like that. Attend church once a week and then God will save you. Not like that. No chance. Our people, Vaidikas, will laugh at us if we talk like this. They will ask us, are you taking charge of your life? That's what they will talk. So, that should answer your question about dharma, adharma. Therefore, Brahman Okate now becomes simpler to understand because I have assumed God I put God in the dharma bucket and I forgot about adharma. And adharma, I couldn't map adharma in my mind. I mapped dharma, but I could not map adharma. But now I am able to now say this, I have to bring everything together. God would be incomplete without adharma. The idea of God would be incomplete. And so Brahman makes it all complete. And so that's how we should look at this. Why is there so much killing and death and suffering in this world? Very important. How God can create suffering in this world? Please tell me. Like that, a very popular question it is. If God had the free will, God would have removed suffering. Who created all the suffering? God gave me something called free will. He's playing a game. He gave me something called free will. He said plants will not have free will. Animals will not have free will. Let me create a set of beings called human beings and give them free will. Free will means what? Free wheel. Like in a car, free wheel. You can go this way, you can go that way, you can go straight also. That is called free will. And let's see what he does. She does. And so we have free will now. Karma is also there. Karma means forces that affect me despite what I want. Even though I don't want this kind of troubles in my life, still my karma is impacting me. But then I have free will also to do something about all this thing that is happening. Free will is there, karma is there. And so, Bhagavan cannot create sorrow and all. Because Bhagavan has no role to play at all. Because Bhagavan is the law. By the way, the dharma is Bhagavan. Bhagavan is not some entity sitting out there. What you and I see is Bhagavan. When I throw the ball up, Bhagavan is operating as gravitation law. And it comes down also. That is also Bhagavan only. Bhagavan is there, right? Operating in front of my eyes. This ball also is Bhagavan. That I can squeeze it, and once I squeeze it, it comes out like that. That is also Bhagavan. Correct? It's a law. Some scientists figured it out and said this is good for your hands. And all you people are typing all day long on the computer, you better keep a ball next to you. That knowledge is Saraswati right there. And now we are benefiting from Saraswati, and Ichcha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti is all coming. In this ball, it is all there. The company behind it all did all these things. Therefore, we have to just broaden our outlook. Correct? Our vision is all a bit narrowed up and based on what we learnt. And our learning has stopped. Not just you, Deepthi. Everybody, all of us, same boat. You know, somebody is special, somebody is not. No, everybody is in the same boat. Anything else? You asked one more question, I think, no?
No, that was it. And I need to know more to understand your explanation.
No, you asked the question, how do I know Brahman Okate? Like that you asked. For that, you have to attend our classes.
Yes, there is
Bhagavad
always
Gita,
lot of
Upanishad,
conflicts
so
in the
many
mind.
classes are going on. All to figure out this only, that question you asked.
Yeah.
Important question. You keep it in mind. That is why there is another song in Telugu. What is that song? Telisite mokshamu teliyakunna bandhamu. Our people are just amazing. Telisite, this is Telugu. Okay, let me explain. Telisite mokshamu. If you know it, you got it. You got moksha. Teliyakunna, if you don't know it,
You're
bandhamu.
in the entanglement.
Only this life bandhamu? No. Bandhamu, next life bandhamu only. It's all there. It's just magic. It is like a Sudoku puzzle. You just have to sort it out. That's all it is. That's not difficult. If you think it is difficult, it is difficult. If you think, yeah, I can grasp it, then you can grasp it. That is why we always say, Krishna says, don't condemn yourself. Don't say this is tough, that is bad, this is impossible, this is this, that. Like, all these are labels. Nothing. They are all labels. Just take away all the labels. Let things be whatever they are. Let me face things. If I need help, I'll ask somebody for help. I will navigate through my life. Not a problem at all. People have done it for so many millennia. Why I should suffer? I need not suffer. I may temporary suffering is there, but I'm sure I'll come out of it. Like that, with that confidence, we go forward. Thank you. Pavitra ji, go
Yes,
ahead.
thank you, sir. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Guruji, in this context, Anuradha here, we can say that chapter shloka, that Bhagavad Gita shloka, yaha pashyati saha pashyati, samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam. Just my doubt this is
No, correct. You got it. See,
correct.
Anuradha has brought up a shloka. Samam, another? Samam,
Samam
sarva,
sarvam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram. That's all I don't know.
vinashyat,
Yeah.
swavinashyantam, yah
Antam
pashyati sa
pashyati saha
pashyati.
pashyati.
Exactly, that is what Krishna is saying. The vinashyatsu avinashyantam. In everything that is perishing, there is an imperishable foundation in everything that is perishing. Every wave is perishing, born dead. But there is some imperishable water is there. Did you understand it or not? That is what Krishna is asking there. Okay, that vinashyat swavinashyantam, vinashyatsu, in the things that are perishing, that are of the nature of perishing, avinashyantam, that there is an avinashi there. There is an avinashi in everything. That avinashi Brahman, yaf pashyati sa pashyati. One who knows it,
Knows
that person,
everything.
nothing more is there to know for that person. Game is over for that person. Game is over. He says what? Elsewhere he says, there is nothing that remains to be known for that person. Nothing that remains to be done. Ye karna hai, wo karna hai, etc. Keep doing whatever you have to do. But fundamentally, nothing is there to be done. That's the meaning. Good catch, Anuradha. Good, good. I'm happy you asked that. Pavitra ji, go ahead.
Good morning. Uh, with these two classes that we have been attending, it has been rejigging a lot of things that were, taught to us as kids, and things, classes that we attended and
Yeah,
everything.
1 minute. Is everybody able to hear her? Yeah, one sec. If you can come closer to the mic or something, it will help us, Pavitra ji.
Okay, sorry. Am I audible now?
Little better.
Okay. Sorry. So I was just trying to tell you that the two classes that we have attended till now, it has been rejigging a lot of sleeping memories in me, things that I have learned over the years as a kid. So it's been a good experience. Obviously, I have been thinking a lot about how to introduce some of these concepts that I learned over the years to my kid in a way that she can understand. So I have been taking notes from that angle. So and we have already had some conversations in the last 1 week based on Parabrahmam and everything. So my it's not a question, just a couple of requests. Like if in the future, if we can slightly touch upon the three schools that we talk about, like Dvaitam, Advaitam, and Visishtadvaitam, at least in my head, it all correlates to how Ishvara is different from us, how he's not different from us, and questions like that. So, and I have never had a clear answer to the distinction between us and God. So, if we can touch upon that, maybe in the future sessions, if it's too broad a topic, and also some questions on karma, like you talked of Shrishti, Sthiti, and Laya, the ever-ending cycle, and we also talk of moksha in different places. So you basically break out of the cycle and you attain moksha, right? So what then? What if you get moksha? What is the end game, right? It all ties to the karma account that we have, or that's what I understand. So if we can touch upon karma and moksha and these things as well in the future, I think it'll be helpful.
Right. In fact, the next topic I was going to touch upon is karma. I was half prepared to do it. If I had the time, I would have done it. We'll cover that next class. This Dvaita, Vishishta Advaita, and Advaita. So that's not difficult to follow. And I'll give you a brief. I'm wondering if I should say now or in a class.
Class could be better suggestion only.
Okay, we'll do that. So, let's do that. And briefly, I'll do it because it's a big topic. But we all need to know what each of these things is. And so, we will. I'll make a note and we'll bring it up. Okay. Karma is also coming up. Where are you calling from, Ma?
I'm right now in Hyderabad, but I'm a Tamilian.
Okay. Good. Children?
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, I used to go to all these different sloga classes, used to read a lot of books. Grandmas and mom, they used to say a lot of these stories. Uh, and right now, I don't know where my faith is. It is wavering now and then as an adult. But one unwavering thing has been that the ideas taught to us, the idea of Parabrahman, or everything is God, God is in everything, and those stuff I really want to teach to my kid. And there are a lot of good things, even on days that I don't exactly follow the faith or have faith in me. I do believe in a lot of the teachings that were there. So I just want to bring that to the kid. So that is the main focus of trying to know more, understand more as an adult.
Good. Good. Best wishes. It'll work out.
Thank you. Looking forward to other sessions.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll pause with that. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वन्तरये अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वामयविनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्रीमहाविष्णवे नमः. Thank you.